There's a massive gap in the market right now. Millions of small businesses need financial clarity but can't afford a $10,000 consultant. They're desperate for something in between do-it-yourself and enterprise solutions. Their problem is your opportunity. What if you could charge $300 to turn someone's banking chaos into a clear financial roadmap? Or $800 to build a dashboard that saves a business owner 5 hours every week? These aren't hypothetical numbers. These are real rates for services you can deliver using free AI tools and basic Google Sheets. Let me show you exactly how. Before we proceed any further, please click the like and subscribe button. It does not cost you anything but helps me a lot. Thank you, and let's dive in. Hustle number 1, cash flow analysis and 90-day debt plan. Most people don't need another budgeting app. They need clarity on where their money went and a realistic plan for the next 90 days. Here's what you deliver: a clean Google Sheet with categorized spending, 3 visualization charts that actually make sense, and a 1-page action plan written in plain English that anyone can follow. The tools you'll need are all free or low cost. Google Sheets for data processing, Looker Studio for creating charts, ChatGPT for category mapping, and Grammarly for that final polish. Let me walk you through the exact process. First, your client gives you 90 days of bank transactions. Just a simple CSV export from their bank. Next, you create 3 tabs in Google Sheets: raw transactions, clean, and summary. Here's where AI saves you hours. You ask ChatGPT to create 18 spending categories with example merchants. Then have it write Google Sheets formulas using find or regex match to automatically map merchant names to categories. This turns Uber trip #723 into a simply transportation. You paste these formulas into your clean tab and spend about 10 minutes fixing any edge cases the AI missed. Now for the visuals. In Looker Studio, you connect your clean tab and build 3 charts: a pie chart showing where money goes by category, a bar chart showing month-over-month spending trends, and a simple timeline showing when they'll be debt-free if they follow the plan. Finally, you write a 1-page summary: 3 things you noticed about their spending, 3 specific actions they can take, and 1 clear 90-day goal. Use Grammarly to make sure it reads smoothly. You deliver everything in a professional package: the Google Sheet with all the formulas, a view-only link to the dashboard, and that PDF summary they can reference anytime. Here's an important boundary. You're organizing data and suggesting behavior changes like canceling unused subscriptions or moving bill dates. You're not giving investment advice. For this service, charge between $149 to $349. It's a one-time fee that delivers immediate value. Hustle number 2, KPI dashboard in a day. Small business owners are drowning in data but starving for insights. They don't need a complex system. They need 1 page that answers 4 questions. How did we do? What changed? What needs attention? And what should we focus on next week? You deliver 3 things: a Google Sheets data model that organizes their mess, a Looker Studio dashboard with 6 key metrics they actually care about, and a weekly 5-line summary they can share with their team. Your toolkit stays simple: Google Sheets, Looker Studio, ChatGPT for insights, and optionally, Google Apps Script if you want to add automation later. Here's your step-by-step process. The client gives you 3 months of data exports: sales data, cost of goods sold, invoices, and customer lists. These can come from Stripe, Shopify, Xero, or even their point-of-sale system. You standardize everything into consistent columns: date, SKU, quantity, net amount, tax, and customer name. This alone saves them hours every month. Then you add the calculated fields that matter: gross margin percentage, average order value, and days sales outstanding, which tells them how long it takes to get paid. In Looker Studio, you build 6 dashboard tiles: revenue trend over time, gross margin percentage to track profitability, top 10 products so they know what's selling, aging buckets to see who owes money, new versus returning customers for growth insights, and location performance if they have multiple sites. Here's where ChatGPT shines. You feed it the numbers and ask for 5 plain English lines describing the trend, likely cause, any risks, and 1 specific action for next week. No jargon allowed. Don't forget to include a 2-minute Loom video showing them how to filter by date ranges and product lines. This prevents those "how do I" emails later. One scope rule that saves headaches. Start simple with manual exports. Don't promise API integrations on day one. Reliability beats complexity every time. Pricing for this service: $300 to $800 for the setup, then an optional $49 to $99 monthly if they want you to refresh it. Hustle number 3, receipt organization and tax-ready expense log. Freelancers and solo entrepreneurs have a universal problem: shoe boxes full of receipts and no idea what they can deduct. You solve this in a way that makes their accountant love them. You deliver a reconciled expense spreadsheet with everything categorized, an organized Google Drive folder where every receipt is renamed and searchable, and most importantly, flags for possible deductions they can discuss with their tax professional. The tools are straightforward: a receipt parser like DocParser or Parsio, Google Sheets for the data, Google Drive for storage, and ChatGPT for categorization rules. Here's the process that turns chaos into clarity. First, set up a dedicated email inbox through DocParser or Parsio. Your client simply forwards all receipts to this one address. The parser automatically extracts the date, amount, and merchant name from each receipt. It exports this to a CSV file you can work with. In Google Sheets, you clean up merchant names. Uber * trip becomes just Uber. AMZN Marketplace becomes Amazon. This makes categorization actually work. Now you use ChatGPT to create smart categorization rules. Ask it to write formulas that categorize common freelancer expenses and flag potential deductions like home office, client travel, and software subscriptions. Always include a disclaimer that these are flags for accountant discussion only. Here's what makes you valuable. You rename every receipt file in Drive using this pattern: year, month, day, merchant, amount. So a Starbucks receipt becomes 2025-10-15 Starbucks $12.50. Now they can search their Drive and instantly find any receipt. You also provide a missing items list, showing gaps where receipts might be missing. This helps them track down those forgotten expenses before tax time. The boundary here is crystal clear. You organize, you don't advise on taxes. The flags are conversation starters with their accountant, nothing more. Charge $99 per 500 receipts. Most freelancers need this done quarterly, giving you recurring revenue. Hustle number 4, monthly finance memo. Founders and small business owners don't have time for 20-slide presentations. They need one page that tells them what actually matters. You deliver a single-page briefing that reads like it was written by a CFO. 3 key charts that show what's really happening, and direct recommendations they can act on immediately. Your tools are simple but effective. Google Docs or Canva for layout, Looker Studio for charts, ChatGPT for the first draft, and Grammarly for final polish. The process is refreshingly straightforward. Pull the latest KPIs from whatever system they use. Their accounting software, their dashboard, even their Excel file. Feed these numbers to ChatGPT with this prompt. Write a concise monthly finance memo with 2 lines of context, 3 bullets on what changed, 2 specific risks, and 3 next steps. Embed 3 visuals that matter: revenue trend to show growth or decline, gross margin percentage to track profitability, and cash runway to answer the critical question of how long they can operate. Format it professionally. Export as a PDF with a clear naming convention. 2025-10 finance memo client name. Consistency matters. Add a 1-minute Loom video highlighting the 2 biggest takeaways. This ensures they actually read and understand the important parts. Here's a tone rule that sets you apart. If the numbers are bad, say it clearly. You're paid for honesty, not cheerleading. Short, direct sentences win every time. Price this at $150 to $350 per memo. Most clients want this monthly, creating predictable income. Hustle number 5, pricing and quote calculator. Every service business has the same problem. Their quotes are all over the place, and they have no idea if they're making money on each job. You fix this with a simple tool that protects their margins. You deliver a Google Sheets pricing tool that anyone can use, built-in margin protection that shows red warnings when prices are too low, and a professional quote template they can send to clients. The tools are basic but powerful. Google Sheets for the calculator, ChatGPT for pricing logic, Google Docs or Canva for the quote template, and optionally Tally or Google Forms for client intake. Here's how you build it. Sit down with the owner and map out 5 to 10 common services. Identify the cost drivers like materials, hours, and subcontractors, and establish their minimum acceptable margin, usually 20 to 30%. In Google Sheets, create 3 tabs: inputs where they enter job details, cost where the math happens, and output that shows the final quote. Ask ChatGPT to design the pricing model. Have it create input selectors, build up costs properly, set a margin floor, and add a red warning when the price falls below that floor. This visual alert has saved numerous businesses from unprofitable jobs. Design a clean quote template that pulls numbers directly from the calculator. It should look professional and consistent every time. Test it thoroughly with 3 sample jobs. Make sure that red warning actually appears when margins drop too low. Compare the output to their existing quotes to ensure it makes sense. The key feature that sells this tool? That red warning when margins drop below the acceptable threshold. It's simple psychology but incredibly effective. Price this at $250 to $700 as a one-time build. Some clients will want quarterly updates as their costs change. Getting your first 3 clients. Here's how you land your first paying clients this week. Start with people you already know: local business owners, freelancers, agencies. They all have these problems. Create before and after screenshots. Take their messy CSV and show one clean chart, or show a quote calculator with that red margin warning. Visual proof beats promises every time. Post a 30-second Loom video on LinkedIn showing your actual process. No hype, no promises. Just here's how I turn chaos into clarity. Here's a message that actually works. Copy this and personalize it. Hey Sarah, I help small businesses turn messy financial data into clear, actionable insights. I can transform last month's CSVS into a one-page dashboard and memo by tomorrow. Send me sample data and I'll reply with a before and after screenshot. Interested? Your pricing guide. Let me break down what to charge for each service. Adjust these for your local market. Cash flow analysis and 90-day plan. $149 to $349. One-time service. KPI dashboard in a day. $300 to $800 setup. Optional $49 to $99 monthly for updates. Receipt processing. $99 per 500 receipts. Monthly finance memo. $150 to $350 per memo. Pricing calculator. $250 to $700. One-time build. Offer this simple guarantee. If the deliverable doesn't match our agreed sample, I'll fix it free. That's it. Simple and confident. Nothing I've shown you requires expensive software or a huge budget. It's about clean workflows, honest communication, and deliverables that actually help real businesses. These aren't get-rich-quick schemes. They're legitimate services that solve real problems. And with AI doing the heavy lifting, you can deliver professional results without years of training. If you got the value, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Now go land your first client.